Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is my review for No One Will Save You. So spoiler warning, if you have not seen the film, I'll be talking about all spoilers in the movie, so if you've not seen it, go watch it and then come back and watch this. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So this is a smaller movie that came out, or for me, because I'm in Australia, it came out on Disney+, but if you're in like the US or other countries where they have Hulu, it came out direct to Hulu. It stars Caitlin Dever and was directed by Brian Duffield. Now, I like Caitlin Dever. I saw her in Booksmart, which came out a few years ago, which I thought she was really, really great in that. But she's also really, really great in this. For a movie that has no dialogue, I think it has like one or two lines of dialogue altogether, she is really great and really does a really good job at being able to express her emotions without words. Like, her face acting is just great in this movie, and it really needs to be because there's no dialogue. So she really excels in that aspect of it. She does a lot of other really cool stuff too. This movie is pretty physically demanding, so she nails a lot of that stuff as well. But yeah, so this movie is basically a home invasion movie, but this is the tagline of it. Basically, is that it's a home invasion, but it's a different one. Instead of another person breaking in or like whatever, like ghost or something, it's an alien, right? And they do the pretty cliche thing with the aliens. They look how aliens are typically portrayed in media. So they go the pretty cliche route with that, with the UFOs and the beams shooting down that suck you up. So that's fine, right? So they do that, but then they do turn it on its head and sort of make it like a home invasion thing, right? And I'm just gonna flat out say I really enjoyed this movie. I really dug it. I thought the ending was a little bit too ambiguous for me. Like I sort of get it. I think I get the ending, which I'll talk about, but I thought maybe the ending was a little bit too ambiguous. But overall, I thought the film was really, really great for something that was not released in theaters and released directly to streaming. I think this really should have been released in theaters. It could have done what Smile did or what Talk to Me did. Those horror movies, pretty low budget, were did pretty well. Were released in theaters and they did pretty well, made a decent amount of money, right? And so this, I imagine the budget would have been maybe even a little bit higher for this because this has some pretty cool special effects and pretty cool CGI. So I would imagine the budget would be a little bit higher. So I really don't understand the decision to release it directly to Hulu, right? So I would have preferred if this was a theatrical release. Seeing this in theaters would have been great. But it's a pretty good movie. It's a really great popcorn movie. It's fun to just sit. Sort of, I don't want to say turn your brain off because I say that people take that as an insult. But I mean, like, it's just an enjoyable movie. It's fun, right? And it has some really cool horror themes. It has some really cool action, right? Some of the action scenes are really, really great. I just love when movies do not cut, when they don't overcut their scenes, so you can actually tell what's going on. And for a movie like this, I'm really glad they did. They didn't cut the scenes, rather. They did, long shots, because everything was just so cool. The way she killed, the creative ways in which she killed about like 4 different aliens was really cool. She killed the first one with like accidentally stabbing it in the head, which was when the alien like sort of used his mind powers and like pulled it towards him, and then she stabbed him in the head. I thought that was done really, really well and had a pretty cool impact. I was like, oh my god, she stabbed him. But yeah, so that was really cool. The way she killed the little alien by like jamming the broken mop stick through his shoulder and then slamming the cupboard door on his head, I thought that was pretty cool. And also, I really, really enjoyed the way she killed that massive alien. I mean, sometimes it's like, okay, how is this one like 20-year-old girl taking out 3 hyper smart aliens? But it's still it's fun. I loved that she was she had the lighter from earlier with the hot water, and she used that lighter to ignite the gas, therefore exploding the car. I thought that was really, really cool. I mean, some of the stuff by the end of the movie, it's like, how was she alive from this? I mean, like, she was scraped on the back. She had so much concussions. She was thrown around. And then she got stabbed twice, and she had, like, an alien down her throat. Which also, some of the stuff is a little bit ambiguous. It's like, the way she pulled the alien out of her throat was by, I don't know, apologizing in her dream to her friend who died. By the way, I thought, the like personal story of it with her and her friend, I thought that was done really, really well, and I really did feel connected to it and felt engaged in this character by the end of the movie because of that stuff. So I thought that stuff was done really, really well, and sort of does make the ending make a little bit of sense if you really think about it, right? And so yeah, so she was able to pull out the alien from her throat by apologizing to her friend in sort of like the dream state that the aliens put her in while she's under control of the throat alien. So yeah, she's able to do that. And then the end of the movie, I think the aliens let her go, maybe because she apologized to her friend and like maybe she learnt a lesson. I think it is a little bit ambiguous, right? But the end of the movie is basically end of the world scenario. The aliens take over, and she is presumably the only human that is survived and that is allowed to live. And she lives amongst these happy throat aliens that are, so it's strange. Some of the aliens are throat aliens, and then some of the aliens are not. So like, are they trying to colonize Earth with these throat aliens? Because the other aliens don't appear to be living here, other than in the spaceships which we were shown at the end, which are floating above the ground, floating like in the sky. So I guess the aliens just want to colonize the planets with these throat aliens, but they allow Bryn, her name is, to live amongst them, and she seems happy because she has been ostracized by society because of what she did to her friend. Right? She goes into town, and she gets spat on by her friend's mother, which is so crazy. Like, it was disgusting. It's like, I have like a phobia of like saliva, so watching that scene was like disgusting, like actually disgusting. Like, I had to look away. But yeah, so yeah, she's been ostracized by society, and I guess these aliens sort of see that and sort of see the stuff she's been through, and they let her go, they let her live amongst them, and she seems happy to be doing it. I mean, she does seem a little bit possessed by the end of it. Like, I don't know, I mean, one would be forgiven for thinking that she had also been taken over, but yeah, I guess she's just living amongst them happily because she'd been previously ostracized, so now she's happy to live there. But yeah, overall, I thought the movie was great. I really enjoyed it. For a smaller movie that's, just released directly to streaming, go watch it. I seriously recommend it. It's a really fun movie. Like, go grab some popcorn, grab a drink, just sit down, turn your brain off, and just enjoy the movie because it is really enjoyable, especially considering it has no dialogue. Like, 2 lines of dialogue. So the acting is great. The action is so cool. The creativity of it's cool. There's some really cool horror elements. So yeah, the movie's great. But anyway, that is it for my review of No One Will Save You. Go check it out. It's streaming on Hulu or Disney Plus, depending on where you live. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.